The street where I lived, actually the street where my hotel was, is quite an ordinary street. It is near the upper street in Moscow, and it meant nothing to me. The name before, I mean, and it still means very little, especially to people who just look around Moscow.
Chris lived near the famous Moscow street Arbat Street. This street should be built in 1935, but this project was forgotten because of the Second World War. This street was built after many years, and now it looks like American quarters.
Because the first secretary of the CPSU Central Committee, Nikita Khrushchev, visited the United States on an official visit in 1959, where he was struck by American skyscrapers.
It is near the Red Square, so on foot it is about 20 minutes from there, but I didn't really do my research about my Moscow trip because it was mainly a friendly visit about sushi and about hanging out with a friend, so I really had no clue. The street mainly looks like any other street in Moscow. Moscow has lots of streets, and to a visitor like me, they can often look alike. I was there for about 4 days, then I had to leave. But during those 4 days, every time I tried to find my way back to the hotel, it seemed so complicated to me. I got lost almost every single time. But because of the location of the hotel, it almost felt like I was living there. So it looked more like an apartment to me than a hotel. This allowed me to have a very different experience than if I spent a couple of nights at one of the grand hotels near the Red Square. Of course, when I go in, it looks like a hotel, it behaves like a hotel, but when I go outside, I find myself among houses in streets, and I can go anywhere without finding any great landmarks. So yeah, it was kind of an adventure pretending that I lived there, at least for those couple of days. And I had to find my way around, figuring out all the streets, the layout of the nearby area of the hotel, and so on. So I guess that is something that I remember about that whole hotel experience.
I expected to show all cool stuff that I planned. First of all, I wanted to show the new Arbat and old Arbat streets and other places, but Chris chose the other way. We walked in the other direction after the hotel checking in. From the first seconds he became my guide. Oh, bad advertisement for me. And led me to the streets. To tell the truth, I have never seen some of them. I think we visited interesting streets, especially Большая Грузинская Street, with the famous Moscow Zoo, where you can spend cool time with your children or friends. Novinsky Boulevard, where I studied Spanish language in the Instituto de Cervantes, and people can see the building of the American Embassy as well. It was awesome and fun when we tasted my favorite ice cream on one Moscow street.
When it comes to Moscow, I think we can all agree that it is beautiful. The streets are amazing and brilliantly clean, but I was there only one time in 2016, so perhaps that's not always the case, even though I'm told that it is. I'm just being skeptical, but regardless, it's an amazing city. It seems to me that it's very well organized, has lots of ancient architecture. Okay, I'm obviously joking. There was this huge construction project going on, and we just happened to walk into the middle of it. So let's do this again, properly. When it comes to Moscow, I think we can all agree that it is beautiful. The streets are amazing and brilliantly clean, But I was there only one time, in 2016, so perhaps that's not always the case, even though I'm told that it is. I'm just being skeptical, but regardless, it's an amazing city. It seems to me that it's very well organized, has lots of ancient architecture, brilliant buildings, tall and short, houses. Some of them are the greatest buildings that the socialist or communist era produced. So all in all, it is an amazing historical city, except the part where I lived, because the main streets were being rebuilt. So they looked like a huge construction site, the ugliest construction site I have ever seen. But everywhere else I went, I saw truly beautiful buildings. And if only I waited a couple of months. My friend told me that they finished rebuilding the streets and now they look absolutely beautiful. So all in all, I have to say that I feel very lucky. Despite all the construction business, Moscow left this beautiful memory in my mind.